back. We're back. Heavyweight hitters. We're back. Oh, you already opened up the bag already, friend.
I opened the bag. Yeah, I was waiting on this one, waiting to finish this with you.
Oh, yeah. Indeed, friend. Indeed.
I was like, first thing I see,
huh?
First thing I see are these crazy wheels and
the crazy wheels. Yeah, man. Yeah, the crazy wheels.
I don't know what I think that might be we're at the top of the building, so I guess that's the water tower, the little water tower container.
Yeah, the water tower. Yeah, let me grab my second can.
What's up, Lego Train Guy? Hey, Mary B. We are on bag 15. Bag 15.
Bag 15.
Finishing the Bugle tonight.
Tonight. Let me find my.
It's been a week. It's appropriate to. I like to savor it a little bit, you know.
Yeah, you run into some YouTubers that knock out the whole build in one go, you know. And,
yeah.
I mean, nothing wrong with that, but I mean, like, I done paid $300 for this thing. Let me savor it a little bit, you know.
And we'll enjoy it later too, but man,
finish it today. Yeah, what am I gonna do tomorrow? You gotta love Keurig. Keurig is right on the spot.
Yeah, happy time. Even though it's like a little warm for it, summer's definitely here.
Oh yeah, summer is here. Nothing like a little bit of midday wake up juice, though.
Yeah. I figure this will keep me active, but coffee couldn't hurt.
Nah, I wouldn't hurt at all.
So
got a lot of bags in it.
Lego Train Guy, come on now. So you complete. He got the set after, as far as I know. I don't know.
He got it after, and then he didn't complete it. He done knocked it out already.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. I think he started after us, so he must have done it over the whole weekend. He must have done it over the weekend.
See, here's the question: what are you gonna do next?
What are you gonna do next?
You done spoiled all the fun. What you gonna do next now, huh?
I mean,
I really enjoy this Bugle here, man. You know, it's giving me some thought on how to construct some other buildings, right? I heard somebody say, like, you know, if you took a couple of these and you put them throughout your city, you got a real, like, you know, a real big city, right? And that's true, right? That's true.
You're making a skyline.
You're making a nice skyline for this right here. And I kind of gave that some thought, friend. I did. I kind of gave that some thought for this right here. And so what I may do is I'm not going out and go buy a whole bunch of them because they're like $300 a pop. No way.
There's not like if you want to recreate this building, easy Bricklink or Bricklink or
exactly
Lug Bolt.
Yep, my thoughts exactly. Hit the Bricklink, hit the Lug Bolt, or go to Bricks and Pieces. A lot of these are Bricks and Pieces, like these little windows. I'm using these little window pieces for my skyscraper build. I got a big tote of them. It just so happens that I get this here, and here they are, right? And so, you know, that's another option. So I'll probably just order some of these pieces right here and just run a couple of these big buildings right here because they're plain looking. They look like a skyline, you know, like a regular office building. You just keep them empty. That's right. I said keep them empty. Don't put nothing in them.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, I know you're building your figs. You're building your figs, but I don't need 5 fire stars.
Nah, you know, I don't need that. What I need that for, you know? I don't
minifigs are worth half the price of the set.
Right. I don't need all that.
But yeah, you're right. We're learning some good building techniques. I never stacked so many windows and like pillars, like freestanding without staggering. I'm so used to staggering and making things solid. The Lego train got 2 days, man.
See, but look, what are you doing today, Lego train guy? You're watching us. You're watching us because you finished your build already. So now you're forced to watch us. See that?
Probably building in the back.
That's what happens when you rush to be first, right? I had a drill instructor, right? I went to police academy, and every time on a mile run, I was always first, right? Always first.
Okay.
Short run, I was first. And he said, "You the type of guy that always used to be in first all the time. You always come in first, right?" I said, "Yeah, because I'm always first." And he goes, "You're gonna learn not to be first. You're gonna learn today."
Oh.
And I didn't understand what he meant by that, right? So then we went on and did a training exercise, right? Where we went to go, clear out a building, like a cop do, you in there clearing out a building, right? And then they got the the gas, the tear gas going on, right? Poof, and I go into the building first, and I'm going to the room first, and I go make that right first. Because I want to be first. I'm gonna hurry up and get the guy. And he stood right there with a can of pepper spray and got me.
Oh.
He said, "That's what you get." And he said, "That's what you get for being first." He said, "That's what you get."
Wow.
It was a lesson learned. It was a lesson learned.
Right?
It was, but it's like you got, and in that situation, you don't want to be first. You got to be careful. That's what you got.
Right.
And so, he got me good, man. He got me good.
Yeah, the clearing a bit, man. Yeah, that type of scenario, you want to cover your bases first.
Yeah, he told me, he said, "You gonna learn not to be first." I ain't believe him.
Oh man,
I didn't believe the guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's the other plate?
I know they are.
I put the figures. You ever do this? I do this a lot.
That's what you're missing.
I put the figures on a big plate, and then I'm like, "Where's that plate? Where did that plate go?"
You're missing it. You're missing it. Okay, yeah, you gotta be careful. They're doing some tricky business up in here. You gotta be careful. You gotta pay attention.
Yeah. I almost put on Spider-Man in the background.
A little Spider-Man. I got my Marvel shirt on, man. I went to the store and decided to drop down on some merch, because I was a little light on the Spider-Man merch and the Marvel merch. So
okay,
3 shirts. I end up getting wait a minute.
Oh, okay.
Let's go. End up getting these guys too, man. I went to the comic book shop. End up getting these guys here.
Oh, turtles.
Yeah, I got Raphael and Mike. I had to grab the other 2, man. They didn't have the other 2 in there.
Okay.
But they're the the comic book version, Eastman and Large.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like all of them had the red bandana,
Okay. Yeah, you're on your turtles with the.
Oh yeah, I gotta read. That's what I gotta do. That.
What's the new one called? Ronin?
Yeah, Last Ronin. I gotta read that 3rd installment. Gotta read it.
Sounds cool.
Yeah. And then I messed around, did a little shopping. I probably shouldn't have been doing no shopping, but I did a little shopping. Look, I was waiting for PlayStation 5 to, settle down. The pandemic's over. You're trying to wait for it to settle down. And I want to get my PlayStation 5 so I can play the Spider-Man Miles Morales. I've been waiting like a whole year. I can't play because I ain't about to pay no $1,000 for no PS5.
So they have them in stock though?
No, they
No.
don't.
Oh,
No,
they didn't even have one.
What happens is that they keep releasing them online. They keep releasing them on the Sony PlayStation or whatever, or even like GameStop. They keep releasing them online, and then some joker goes and buy them all up because of the box. He go buy them all up and then sell them for double. Why, man? Go take your money and invest in the stock market, man. So now you're sitting on probably about 500 PlayStation 5s that nobody's going to buy. They might buy one or two of them, but then you got like a whole room full of PlayStation 5s that you're sitting on waiting to buy. You know, people to buy
Wait for the next holiday.
Right, you waiting for the next holiday. You can just go invest your money in the stock market, man, and quit messing with people. I want to play my PlayStation.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I went ahead and got the PlayStation 4 version of it. Because I can't get a 5. I was trying to get a 5. I can't get it. You know, no times I can get it, but I ain't paying that much for it.
Yeah.
Because that's just
Ace in the house. What's up? Brick Huntress.
Brick Huntress is in the house.
She knows what she knows Ronan?
Yeah, she knows Ronan. She's a Ronan type of girl. She's Ronan type of girl.
You're gonna have a let's build a Ninja Turtle challenge next?
Oh, what?
You gotta put that in the checklist. You gotta put that in the checklist, Kate. Let's build a Ninja Turtle or something.
Turtles build.
And then you can co-host with that one guy. I forget his name, but he's got that sick Turtles lair.
Oh yeah, the one with the subway and all that stuff, man.
The tunnel,
fire, bro. We got the tunnel, the whole bit.
He's got the turtle
down. Open, build, repeat. What's going on, friend?
That's a funny name. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are still building.
Building.
Mel opened on release day. I got mine 2 days later after online, the Bugle.
You know, like we said, we two dudes. We ain't in a rush to build this thing. We ain't in a rush. We enjoying it like a book club. It's a book club. That's what it is. it's like Kate's book club. You know, her brick club is just a book club. That's all it is. You know, you enjoy the chapters.
Except like this. Yeah.
When you rush through it like Lego Train Guide, then you're forced to watch other people read. Because ain't nothing else. It is nothing else to do. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Oh man. So we got local news. Not to shift to COVID, but they had mask mandates in the big city, right? So
okay.
St. Paul and Minneapolis are the twin cities.
Okay.
They are being lifted today and tomorrow. So there will be a lot more activities to do in town.
Okay.
And that means maybe at the museum we could go no masks with vaccinated people. I'm pretty excited to have that happen. Turning the corner.
Yeah, you turn the corner, man. It's time. You know, we can't hide behind the mask all the time. You know, you kind of got to move. You got to get back on with life. You know. And here's the thing: is that like a lot of people. I hate to keep talking about it, but a lot of people are panicking, about it because the restrictions are lifted, but you can still wear your mask, dude. You can go wear your mask, do what you got to do, and get on out of there, right? So. Got to get back with life, though. You got to get back. You know, you can't be hermits forever.
Yeah, I think they're all kind of pulling the trigger a little early, but summer is here. The hot weather's here. I think the numbers are there pretty much. So
yeah, and that's what it is. The numbers are down. The numbers are down because people have been wearing their masks and stuff like that. And so that's why the numbers are down and keeping their distance.
So I think people just need to do the right thing, and maybe we can all kind of loosen up a little bit.
So I was listening on Tricky Brick's stream, and they were talking about conventions are back, right? They're coming back, and so we're like full force, with the Lego. Hey, Nerd Brick 101, what's going on? Full force, people are getting their bills ready and everything like that. You yourself, you said you were going to, test the waters, like you would take your time testing the waters a little bit. You were going to wait,
A little bit, yeah. Like I want, I mean, you can see it in sports right now. They loosened up in sports. They're letting people in the stadiums. It's still kind of half and half mask thing and weird stuff, but those are outdoors, right? So most of them.
I mean, like you got the NBA that's happening, and they got a certain.
Well, right now, it's baseball, so people are just getting out. They're going to outdoor baseball games. And it's a good thing to do. So, but a Lego convention, yeah. I'm just, I mean, it's a 2-part thing with me. I did so many conventions in 2017, 18, that I'm not in a rush. I'm not in a rush to go back. So.
Okay.
I'll probably
I'm in a rush.
You got to get back out there, man. Get back on the Lego Master Circuit.
The whole year, bro. I lost the whole year, and the year was just getting good. It was just getting good, and all of a sudden they say you can't go nowhere. I said,
wow. What? Tragic, really. It's tragic. So I think, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You have a lot of camaraderie online, and it seems, especially with Moto being in season 2, you've got connections again, and then other people know Mark and Steven, they're doing really good, and other people know some of the other ones, Susan and what's her name from Utah. We could talk Lego Master season 2 since we could do a little spoiler.
Oh yeah,
spoiler for episode 1, right?
You could talk away, dude. Let's do it.
All right, if you're in the chat, and you're watching this show and you haven't watched Lego Master
Hulu and come back.
What are you doing anyway?
Go down Hulu and come back.
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? We waited a whole year. What you waiting?
Because I watched it twice, and
I watched it several times.
That was yesterday, right? And then was that? God, I'm losing track. Yeah, and so I could talk about quite a few things from the show.
Okay.
From memory, I think so. And
let's talk about it, dude. Let's so that Will Arnett comes out, his cheesy self, right, in a role. He's always over the top. He's over the top type of guy. He is. And that's why they hire him, because he's that over the top type of guy anyway.
He plays right into it, They're like,
he gets it going.
More sound effects, more video effects, and they're like giving him all the shots. But
so instead of 3 million bricks, right, you got 5 million bricks.
5 million bricks. That I caught that right away. I
want to know. All I want to know is that they have enough ball joints and mixel joints, because me and my boy Jermaine was suffering. We were suffering.
You were suffering on the mixel joints?
On the mixel joints, yep. We were suffering on the mixel and the ball joints. So do they got enough ball joints and enough mixel joints for everybody, since it's 5 million pieces, right? That's what I want to know. So he says it's 5 million, right? He said Lego Masters without ice is pointless. Man, Chris, I was hoping that you were getting up in there, man. When somebody from the Lego community was going to get up in there and represent, man. Somebody got to do something. You know what I mean? Somebody got to do something. You got Moto in there, man, but Moto's the man, but Moto only been on tour, for the Lego community for 1 year. He ain't Lego community. I mean, he's popular, but I mean, he only been on there for 1 year. I figured
a lot of them are fresh meat.
Yeah, I figured that, but you know what? They got a lot of people from Michigan, bro. They killing that Midwest. That Midwest on this show is killing it. They got a couple people from the East Coast, maybe 1 or 2, the 2 brothers from the West Coast, Wayne and what's the names from the West Coast? They did that Double Dragon build.
Wayne and Zach.
But everybody else is like Midwest.
Wayne and Zach. So right off the bat, Wayne and Zach win that thing with the dragon, and I mean, that's hands down
Yeah.
Hands down, they were the best. And I would argue second place, though. I definitely, there's arguments for second place.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
the first episode, right?
So here's your thing. Who's your top 3 for second place?
Okay. I like the twins.
Okay. Okay.
They did like the storytelling thing.
The storytelling.
Right?
I like them.
They animated. They did. It was so good. They animated it.
Right. Well, they're going to animate everything because there was a build that was actually bad and they animated that one too, but not this season, but last season.
Oh, the DJ one?
Not this season. Last season.
Okay. But in this one, they animated the DJ one, the hip hop one.
Yeah, the hip hop one.
Which made the made that parade float way better. Right. Like seeing it all animated.
Right.
But that was lower tier. Props to them for doing the hip hop and
see with hip hop though. But with hip hop, and I know, and I'm sure they know, is that they just kind of got lost in the sauce with hip hop. Hip hop, you can go different ways with hip hop. It's just it's a large umbrella with hip hop. And to have a hip hop party like that on a parade and stuff like that.
No, they knew their facts. They were like, we're going to do the 4 elements of hip hop. And they had B-boys and MCs and DJs and graffiti artists. Right. They had the 4 elements of hip hop, but it wasn't like.
But if you're standing on the sideline to watch that float, it looks like a crowd of people moving around.
Yeah.
And so, and if they would have took that record and turned it right side up like that and had it spinning, now that would have probably separated them from the pack at that point. Because now you see what's going on with a record. Even though a record runs flat, if you're gonna have a record move like that, people have to see it, right? Because you're on the sideline looking this way, and it has to go by.
Or just put some people on. The record was flat and it had nothing on it. You could have had people dancing on the record and then they would be spinning around.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Yep.
I think they actually did that in the animation part.
Yeah, the animation part.
But not when they got to display it. So
the animator made you look a little bit stronger, huh?
So, okay. So we touched on that one. So I want to put in my top my runner-up category.
Yep. Top 3 for the 2.
My runner-up category has got to be the girls with the paint cans.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Yep, they were strong. Yeah, that was strong.
That was like, I would, when you hear the story, it's like, okay, yeah, we do home improvement. We're gonna get some paint cans and
right. When they were telling me, I'm like, yo, that's gonna be tough. I'm like, what? I'm sitting there like,
It just didn't I didn't visualize it until I saw it, and then it's like, oh my gosh, they really brought it to life. They brought it to life.
Yep, they did.
So props to them. The Minion girl and the red hair girl.
The Minion girl and the red hair.
Natalie and something. I almost know all their names, but not quite.
Yeah, I had them written down here a minute ago.
Anyway, I did like the paint can float and the spray. So they're up there. They're up there. And the story, okay, the twins with the story. Okay, and if I need another one for a runner-up.
Okay.
What else? What were you thinking? I mean, the guys with the sea dragon.
Yeah, the guys with the sea dragon, no doubt, right? And
they were
potential number 1. They were real potential number 1.
I can't leave them out. Like, and that was Mark and Steven, right?
Yeah, Mark and Steven, and
they're the castle guys, and they had the funny story, like when Will Arnett was talking to him.
Yeah,
that part. They're like, "Oh, you know Tyler?"
Yeah, I just had a conversation, friend. I can't really say, but I just had a conversation about that, and I said, "Yo, this looks like Tyler." I was like, I'm trying to tell you. I said, this smells like Tyler. I said, this is a type of story that Tyler would tell. With Rapunzel in her hair, and you got the prince down below yanking on the hair and stuff like that. I said, this is that funny, fairy tale story that Tyler would
tell. That look. The characters were
the characters had that look, right?
Oh, wait, you're talking about Oh wait.
I'm talking about the married, no, not the married couple.
Oh,
That was the brother
the
sister.
brother and sister.
The brother
They had
sister.
the Rapunzel one. Okay.
With the Rapunzel one. Yep, the brother sister one.
Yeah, it looks like they got some talent.
Yeah, man. I don't think me 2 years ago, or me 2 years ago would be terrified of this group right here. I would be terrified.
You were in a high class too, though. Like
I was, I was that, we had some heavy rollers. We did. We had some
season, so last season, the big hair girls, we knew they were going to go down.
Right. And it was just like, yeah, it could have been anybody. Yeah, it could have been anybody.
So this year we haven't lost anyone yet. So I want to say they put the married couple in the bottom two, and they put with the sheep, and then they put
they put Jen and Susan in the bottom with the swan, because the wheels, and they just ran out of time, bro. They are builders. Let me get wrong. They are builders. Jen and Susan, they're builders. They just ran out of time with a big order. That's all. They just had a big order, and they needed to dwindle down that order. And like, and if anything, and I know, you go quality over quantity any day. Quality.
They were struggling big time with the motors. The motors was like a big loophole for them, and quite a few.
That ain't no joke, man. If you ain't good with motors, like if you don't know your motor stuff and all that, man, it ain't no joke, man. They did the same thing with us on the first episode with our Dream Park theme park. They said, hey, look, you might, and they said they gave you in the email, hey, look, if you got motors and stuff at home, if you don't have none, go buy some. Get yourself memorized with the motors. Don't look like a fool.
Wow.
The first episode, look, you need to have movement in your rides. You need to have movement. If you don't have movement, you going home. It's like,
that's a big challenge. So yeah, the biker brother and sister, they were having big trouble with the motor. They had a plan, but
here's the thing is like, they shouldn't have gave up on that plan, friend. Like, they shouldn't have gave up on that plan. They had the motors right, but those wings were way too big for what you had going on for your motor. So dial down the wings a little bit, and you survived that. Like, you could still, like, it doesn't matter how big it is. If it's moving, it's moving. Like, even with that sea serpent, that world sea serpent with the Viking story, that boat was very small. That thing went like this.
Right.
So it was like it was a very small movement. That was it. Like, if it's moving, it's moving. You know what I mean? So I think they should have dialed back down those wings just a tad bit, and you would have been able to flourish with those wings moving.
But they had a good story. They pulled on the heartstrings. And
I sound like I'm some kind of expert or something. I ain't no expert.
I like that you compared it to season 1, though. I forgot, like, what you guys had, the roller coasters and a whole amusement park.
Amusement park, yep.
So that's a lot of moving parts right there. Yep. Wow. So anyway,
and it's funny because even Tyler himself said, "Look, I had a hard time with the movement thing, and but what separated his bill from everybody else is that he had that egg drop, and that thing was huge. That thing was pretty, and he ran into some mechanical issues with it, but it was commanding, like it was a commanding presence in the middle of his canvas, man."
Yeah.
You know who would be in my top 3 for number 2?
Okay, yeah. Who would you have?
What's his name? Richard, and what's the other guy? And the one guy from Chicago and the guy from New York.
Oh, Chicago and New York, yeah.
Yeah, they made that float. That is definitely
Dave. I think it's Dave and Richard. I think Richard goes by Treatsy, DJ Treatsy.
Okay.
On Instagram.
Okay.
So I know 2 names for him, but they did great, I thought, too. Also, very colorful. Signs moving. You got blocked. Right.
Oh, come on, son. Come on, son. Like, come on, son.
Man.
What'd you do to get blocked, Chris? You know, that's a hard block. That's a hard block, friend. You had to do something to get blocked, man. That dude.
Moto. I'm not surprised just because Moto is a moderator on a lot of channels.
Oh yeah, yeah. He be blocking everything, huh? He be blocking everything, huh? He be serious, man. He that ref with that whistle. Sometimes you need that though. You need that ref with that whistle being there. Boop 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 boop. Like, you're out of there, Jesse. You're out. You're out. Yep.
Yeah. I think Brick.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Hit the showers, Jesse. Hit the showers. You're done. You need that guy though. You need that.
It's good to.
Yeah. I enjoy watching these builds, man. You know, it's definitely you could tell they watched the show and they have learned, people have adapted to some stuff. And and because the quality is coming out, man, like it's like they already read the book and they're ready for the test.
Yeah, especially the guys that won. I mean, they made a joke in the show. Will comes up to the table. Did you bring this with you? You're so far along already.
Right.
That was crazy. The dragon, you could see. I mean, and that's a build that they probably did something before with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Did they practice that build? Yeah, they probably did. They probably practiced something close.
Or they had a single dragon, but not a double dragon or something.
Oh, you said they had a single dragon, but not a double.
I don't know. They seem to have the story down too. Like I can see them really have this planned out. Like they're wearing the blue shirt and the red shirt, and they got the blue dragon and the red dragon, and there's a lot of personality they seem to be throwing into their builds.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so too.
Those guys are they're the what do you call it in horse racing?
Oh yeah, they're going to be the front runners for sure.
The front runners, yeah.
I think they're going to be they're definitely the front runners.
But yeah, we haven't even touched on Moto. There's a lot of good builders. Moto and Paris. Again, I think they struggle with the motor thing.
Yeah, with the motor thing, and but I think that they'll persevere later on in the challenges. I think so. And here's the thing: is that I think that the talent is so like it's like 2 degrees to winning. Like the person in the bottom is like 2 degrees away from the top person. And so, like at any given Tuesday, like I was saying before, any given Tuesday, you know, that person that is in the middle of the pack could be the winner.
Yeah, I had a number 1, and then I think I have 3 people in the bottom, and then everybody in the middle actually was pretty equal, or maybe like we did three runners up. Everybody in the middle just needed to switch something up or shine just a little more.
Right.
So Moto, like I was thinking, what could they have done if they had thought like how to make this more personable? And they had the dad robots and the kid robots, I guess. And
right.
I think if they had the movement involved with like one of the robots could be patting their little kid on the head,
right? Or even lifting one of the little robots.
Another one could be like lifting the kid up.
Yeah.
That would have like shown more.
Now, granted, look, y'all. We are Monday night quarterbacking this thing. The game already happened, and we're just dissecting the game. That's all we're doing, you know. So you know, this is like the ESPN. Like the game is already over, and we're just dissecting the game. You know, when that and I'm gonna tell you, Jesse, when that clock is on you, and you trying to come up with ideas and you trying to make what you done mapped out work. I mean, you sweat. You can see Moto. Moto was like, you know, his partner was like, hey, look, you know, is that going to work? And he says, I don't know. You tell me. But Moto, that build is in your hands. And you can see the frustration, but he feels it right then and there. You know, I felt that before.
Yeah.
So, you know, I feel what Moto was going through. You know, I felt that. And so it's like, you know, you get frustrated with it. And it's like, man, like, you know, a question like that gets you frustrated and off your game. So you come up with answers like that. I don't know. You tell me,
yeah.
is this going to work or not?
They actually had, like, for them, they had the most drama, but like we know a little bit behind the scenes that they were matched up during casting, so they didn't go in all the way as a team. So they were matched up. So they had to learn each other's building, just learn habits and everything, and how to work together from scratch. And that showed, I think that showed in this episode. Because Paris was supposed to be the mechanical guy. And so I don't blame Moto for saying that, you tell me. You're the robot guy. I'm the artist. He's the artist. And so I get it. I was right there with Moto. I was like, yeah, you put, I don't know, man. And he seemed way too calm, but that's maybe just
that's Moto. And then here's the thing: it's like when Moto dropped that build, right? And everybody, like nah, you know, and I know how many bills did Moto drop, and then you see him come back and like it ain't nothing, like, oh, don't worry about it, all right. And then in the stream, he done finished it and everything like that, and he done recovered from the drop. So it's it's like, it's nothing. A drop for him is nothing. It's nothing.
That wasn't like a true drop. That was like, this will probably spin out of control. It'll be fun to watch.
Right.
That wasn't like a true accident.
Nah.
He's playing to the camera a little bit, but he seemed nervous, and they were running like.
Yeah, he was nervous when Paris asked him. He said, "Hey, is this going? Is it okay? Is it going to work? Is this going to work?" And he told me, when he says, "I don't know," you tell me. Yeah, that's him. That's when he was feeling it, right? Because that was real. That was real. You get a response. Like
that was real. And that's what I'm getting at, is like, I think that's how they went in, though. Like, that was their strategy. Like, you do the robot, you tell me. You're the robotics guy. He's the artist, right? And I see, I'll talk about it later, because I watched it twice and hit pause a lot on some of the very beginning and the very end. So I think I recognized a future build of Moto that looked Moto.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll spoil that right away because I'll probably forget. So during the very beginning of the show, they kind of flash a bunch of builds that are coming up. And one of them, or was it towards the end? It might have been towards the end. One of them looked like it was round. It was like an hourglass.
Okay.
I got this water tank in front of me, right? So it had the shape of the hourglass inside a structure, and it was probably, I don't know, a couple feet big or something. And it like had two different levels of like earth tone and water tone or something. And it had a lot of like the tentacle pieces. So I think that I'm guessing that's a Moto build.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So I think he gets his chance to shine as an artist.
Yeah, that's why I'm not. I went in thinking like, I'm like, man, you know what? My money's on Moto. Ain't nobody in there that can beat Moto. I'm in there with my man Moto, Moto. And then I'm watching the show, and I'm watching it. And I'm like, wait a minute. You see this team move up, then this team move up, and the team behind them move up, and this person move up. And the next thing I know, I'm like, man, Moto in trouble.
Yeah.
like, wait a minute. They like throwing punches in this place. Kudos to the folks down at Lego Masters, because you know what you got right on this one? The one that you got right on this one was because you, number one, you showed the builds, you showed the teams, right? You let the teams explain who they are, where they're from, and it's awesome because they did it inside these builds, right? They did inside these builds. You're telling your story with inside this build, and then they cut to your little, your promo, your monologue thing, right? They cut to your monologue thing, and they did it for every last one of the teams, and they didn't spread it out through 2 episodes or do half on the internet and then do the other half, or on show 1 and 2 and stuff like that. They showed everybody who everybody is, and let the builds and the builders speak for themselves. Not so much the Will Arnett show, because we know who Will Arnett is,
Right.
So they dial that back a little bit, and I appreciate that because you got an hour to get this right, and I think they that's what this is what the show's supposed to be about. Not all that, let's make some drama up. Let's do this. Let's do that. Dial back on the, and granted, you're going to see a lot of celebrity appearances that's coming,
Yeah.
From the previews and stuff like that. But I hope they don't harp on those because that kind of takes away from the show. Let the show be the show.
Well, they might be lucking out with the COVID. The COVID, it looks like there might be virtual celebrity guests.
Yeah, virtual celebrity guests. Yeah, which is now that kind of keeps you honest to letting the show be the show, because they can't be there because of COVID, right? And so you let the show be the show, and that's how you win the hardware in the end, man. Like let these people shine because people, the audience is there to see them, not Will Arnett. Will Arnett's great, but he's got hardware of his own. Let these folks win this hardware for you. I'm just saying, he's not gonna win it for you. Let these folks show their talent, and because there's always drama in Lego. We're building something or dropping something or something. Something's gonna happen. Let it happen naturally. And I'm not even TV like that, man. I'm not no producer. I'm not. But let these folks win that award for you. You got to believe in them. You brought them on the show. Let them win it for you.
So the two moments that he was bringing, like egging on the drama, was like quite literally, with the brother and sister teams. Like,
now that was fun. Yeah, that was fun.
The drama shot.
You throw the graphics in, right? You throw the graphics in, right?
It's on. Yeah, they had everybody looking, and then the other one was with Mark and Steven, because they met Tyler and then said they were at a convention with him and beat him.
Yeah, they beat him. Yeah. I said, oh, say what?
And they're like, you mean you beat Tyler, the guy that won Lego Masters last year? And they must have pulled footage from people looking up.
I bet you they led. That's probably what got them on that show. They probably led with that. Like,
we have a motto lurking in the chat.
They probably was like, yeah, we beat your champion. Now what? You gonna let us on the show? Or what? We beat him. We beat your champion. We beat him.
So that was like playful drama, but like that's facts too. Like, oh, that's who those guys are. And so they're kind of like. I think they're the front runners as far as experience, right?
Right.
Mark and Steven, they're coming in. They even showed them with like Brick Fair awards and stuff in their little shot. And
but here's what I see is that, like I said, we just said before, like I think that each team, like you won't see one team dominate the whole thing. I think each team will have a chance to actually be in that top two or take the win, right?
I hope so, yeah.
Because they all are like on the same, they're all on the same level. Nobody's really spaced out like from one another, right?
There's a lot of opportunity.
Right. And so I mean, let me see that Lego drama, like when the Team Moto had dropped their build. Like, let me see that. Let that be the drama. Don't make some stuff up like, hey, go over to so-and-so's table and he done dropped that Lego over there. Go and see how he feel after dropping his Lego all over that table. Like,
I think I only saw one side conversation where I thought like that looked a little scripted, where one team was talking to another team.
Oh, the brothers, yeah.
And
he said, "Why you copying my bill? Why you copying my bill? Like, why you?"
No, that was a different. Like during this first week, though, there was like I think it was just a casual comment, but they were trying to get conversation rolling. So maybe we'll see more of that. I don't know.
So what do you think about Lego Masters being Family Feud? There's a lot of sibling teams, man. I mean, a lot. There's a lot of sibling teams. This is Family Feud. This ain't Lego.
Yeah, I'm a little upset because I think that's a little biased. That like you were friends. You and Jermaine were friends going in, and Corey and Travis were the only siblings last year.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they were looking too hard for that family factor, and skipped over some other good builders.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
That's what I'm. That's. I'm glad you said that. I think that's what I'm saying is that their season for this season was, you had to be a sibling. If you wasn't a sibling, you fit in this circle right here of people or teams that we might consider, because they had. I mean, it's way more sibling teams than a lot. It's a lot of sibling teams.
So in that case, I see Moto and Paris as the odd man out. There's a bunch of siblings and a married couple, and they were paired up. Like they've got a lot of chemistry to try to figure out. Whereas the other ones, I mean, it's in their genes, literally. Like they've got a lot of history in the mom's team. Yeah, they knew each other. I think I met Susan.
They're friends.
They're friends. They were touring around with Cody.
I think one of them. Ain't one of them married to Cody?
Might be. Like, I don't know.
I want to say it's probably Susan. I think Susan is married to Cody.
I'll have to They were, when I went to Bricks LA, they were definitely part of the posse. They were in the Lego Star Wars fans, from the Utah that court Cody started.
Yeah, I remember.
They were hanging out all together, so I kind of met her, but I didn't. That was before anybody was cast for that show.
Yeah,
and I think I remember being introduced and saying somebody saying she was into mosaics.
Yeah. I think this season is definitely like the Family Feud version of Lego Masters. It is. I think they went real heavy on the sibling types, and don't get me wrong, siblings are cute. They are, they're cute to be around, but
it'll be fun. It looks like a fun cast no matter what, right? So yeah, as far as prospects, it's like it'd be cool to be on that show, but I don't know. It's definitely stressful. So, did we touch on everyone's builds? So
you had. Hold on, friend.
I could talk about. I don't want to leave anybody out, and then I can talk about more spoiler shots.
I got a list, friend. I got a list. Hold on. All right, so we talked about Natalie Michelle. That was the paint. That was the do-it-yourself.
Paint cans. That I would have given them second place. Actually, I really like that.
So the married couple, the bedtime story. That's who we didn't talk about. The bedtime story.
Oh yeah, Maria and.
Yeah. Yeah, man. They look. You got to build big or go home. Straight.
And the whole idea of sheeps are jumping over a bed, and you need movement, idea. And you need movement, and you didn't put those two things together. Like even if the sheep was like going back and forth, instead of I don't know.
Someone even said, "Hey, look, you made a roller coaster. Make a little roller coaster with the sheep on them, and that way you got the sheep moving around in the circle." But yeah, you gotta go big or go home. If you're talking about floats are gigantic, right? They're real ginormous, right?
Right. You couldn't see down on that one either. Like there's a person in the bed moving around. That was their movement. That was a little weird. So, but I'm sure there was a funny story there.
Yeah, I mean, like the character. But look, here's the thing with that team. I wouldn't sleep on that team. I don't think that team is the weak team, and it's hard to really point out a weak team with the squad, right?
Oh no,
but I don't think that team's a weak team because even though his build was small, his stuff was polished. Like they were like the detail.
Oh yeah, the sheep looked good, and the characters looked good.
Right. Like I said, I like. When I first got on Lego Masters, I was only building for like 2.5 years, right? My 2.5 year experienced self would be scared of this group right here. I'd just be scared. I'd be real scared. Now I ain't so much scared now. I know a little bit more than I did back then.
You're right.
I know a little bit more. I ain't so scared now. So
Well, it's a learning.
I feel like I give you a run for your money.
Big time learning experience.
Yeah.
Well,
so, yeah, but you had them. You had we talked about Moto.
Moto wants to hear what we said about him.
Oh yeah, you got to play the rewind, friend. We talked about Sharita and Randall. We talked about Brian and Lauren. We talked about Caleb and let me tell you. Let's talk a little bit more about Caleb and Jacob. Those are the twins, right?
Right.
And I think that I want to tell you, like, I think that build was it was pretty awesome, man. It was pretty awesome. It was one of my favorites. I love the adventure. Like I love an adventure story. I do.
Yeah, they had the story down, and
right, they had the story down, but
it looked good too. It wasn't a lot of movement, but it like for a float, it looked proper.
Mm-hmm.
So I had them in my runners up actually. So I thought they did good.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
They're going to be a silent contender. They don't have the personality factor,
right?
But they can build. I bet.
Yeah, I think they'd be a silent contender too. Like, you got to watch them because, but that's what I'm saying. You got to watch any of those teams. I don't think there's one. It's going to be tough. I hate to be Amy and Jamie because you're going to have to send one of these great teams home. You're going to have to send somebody home. And here's the thing with that, right? They didn't send anybody home on this one, right? How many teams are there, friend?
12.
Now you got 10 episodes. You done burnt one, so now you're down to 9.
We know that though. There might be.
There's 9 episodes, and you got 12 teams now. So and only 3 to a final. For what we know, 3 to a final, right? Only 3 goes to the final.
Oh, right, and then okay.
I mean, unless they do something different, you never know. And you take 4 to a final, but I highly doubt it. I just don't smell it that way. I don't smell it.
Well,
what do you think they do?
Well, you got the golden brick too, so somebody could save themselves. So I haven't done the math. I'm not like worried about it. I'm sure they have that figured out. Mm-hmm. It'll be
they can save themselves, but they have to save themselves before the elimination. So
or they could do a top 4. I don't know.
You can't get down there in elimination and all of a sudden try to pull out the brick because after that point, it doesn't work that way. So somebody will get eliminated. Yeah, if a team feel like their weak is, their build is weak, they'll go ahead and put it in play before the elimination happens. So that you don't get down in the final. So they somebody going home. So.
I'm glad they had a rule about that this year. Like I don't think they had that defined last year. So
they had it, but they didn't highlight it. You didn't hear them say, but that was.
Oh, okay.
They never highlighted it to be that way.
Didn't get to that point. I figure they'll just. Well, it was a good episode. I was highly entertained, and I think we got to see the builds pretty decently, as far as storytelling. Yeah, and use of motors, I think, was a huge bar that was set, and man, it makes me kind of regret. I was just in Kate's amusement park challenge, and I backed out. I'm like, I'm not gonna do a motor. I'm just gonna build a set. I'll join the challenge. I was short of time, so I kind of have an excuse, but
right.
I'm like, man, I should have challenged myself to do, make something motorized. So.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, next time.
Yeah, man. I think they definitely. And here's the thing: is that this is everybody. Not to say that last season wasn't the show that you didn't want to see, right? Because it was, but this is the show that the AFALs want to see right here. And I say that like that because they went and got folks from the Midwest, which is the typical home of the AFOL, right?
There's a lot of conventions in the Midwest. Yeah.
Right. It's the home of the AFOL. It is. So you get these Midwestern builders. Here's my stuff. And so you can see the talent level jumps up a little bit more, right? Don't know why that is, but it is. Most, I don't say all, but most of the stronger builders are in the Midwest or the West, right? And so you run into that, and I think that this is the show that the AFOLs want to see.
Could be.
Yeah, this is the show that they're gonna want to see, right?
Definitely. I'm tuned in. I'm learning some new people, but and skills.
And maybe it's the family feud, so that families can actually, come in and relate, like, oh, they're brothers, they're brothers and sisters, or they're sisters, and so maybe that's a good save for the production as well. Maybe, but I'm just guessing.
So next week looks like we're gonna have explosions, and I already saw enough sneak peeks. I like theorizing and guessing into the future. If Moto's still watching, I don't know if he'll probably stay silent, but so I hit pause. I mean, it's not a spoiler because they showed it in the show, but I had it. I mean, it was like quarter of a second. Like they showed a crocodile, and it had tiger stripes, and they showed a giraffe, which was also a jellyfish, and they showed another few animals. So I think they had a twist challenge where they said, build and you got to pull a card out of a hat, right? Okay, I got to do the alligator, and they start building the alligator, and then halfway through they're like, oh, guess what, you got to build another, you got to morph it with like 2 animals. So I saw at least 4 different builds that were like, there was a chameleon that was also a lobster, and like I said, a giraffe that was a jellyfish, and I'm trying to think what was another one. So it looks like there's an animal challenge where they throw the twist at them.
Okay.
And that'll be crazy.
Good observation. Because those clips are like 1 second a piece, man. Like they're not even a second, like a half a second.
And they didn't show any of those builds before in any of the other commercials. So Jesse has theories, yes. And I'm like, those aren't the ones that are going to blow up. Those are totally different ones, because the one they're going to blow up has the hero in front, and then they explode like this huge thing. So and then there was another one, Moto, that I swear had to be your build. There was like an hourglass, and it was pretty big, 2 or 3 feet big, and it didn't have sand in it. It had like a layer of earth tones and a layer of like water and white, and it had like tentacle, like not these, but like tentacle. It was really, really artistic, and I'm guessing that's a Moto build.
Okay, you know your builder, huh?
Yeah, I was like, I saw that, and I had to like find pause at the right second. Like, that looks like Moto. He's saying, Yeah, that's not. I don't want you to spoil anything. I'm doing my theory guessing, and so far I can only tell though. Well, they're gonna be building something hanging on a string for sure too. They've showed that in the promos, and that'll be fun.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Moto ain't saying much.
Hit it on. I might have hit the nail on the head there. I can look at those things and dissect them. So for Moto, it's like, I don't know. We don't have too many people watching Moto. It is a spoiler show.
It is a spoiler show.
It's like, so for the explosion thing, it looked like they had a scientist in one of the exploding things. That had to be the scientist team, right?
Uh-huh.
So behind that, I don't know. It looked like a haunted house, like mad scientist thing. Ninjas will get him in a sleep if he talks. Yeah.
Ninjas come get you.
I'm not asking you, Moto. I'm just kind of telling you and telling people out there what my keen eyes were looking at split-second frames.
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's a spoiler because they showed it on national television.
Yeah, they showed it. It's a teaser. All right.
And guessing whose builds is another fun thing to do, I think. So the flip question everybody usually says when they watch this and talk spoilers is, what would you have built if you had to do a parade float, Mel?
If I had to do a parade float, I think I would have probably went with a character that was probably dressed as a police officer, because they want to know about you, right? They want to know that you had to tell your story in this float, right? And so, I probably would have been dressed as a police officer. And so I probably would have done, like, I don't know, maybe a bear or maybe a canine dog that's dressed as a police officer, or something like that. And where he's up floating or something like that. Something, I guess police related or something. Or maybe a cartoon car that's a police car, cartoon car with eyes or something like that,
Cool.
Something
What's up,
like
Willie? Willie is here.
Willie.
At first I would think I would do something superhero, but I think that's too, it's just what I like to do. It doesn't really tell a story about me, I guess.
Uh-huh.
But somewhere in there would probably be okay to do a superhero build.
Yeah.
Other than that, without thinking too much about it previously, since I'm from Minnesota, I could probably do a float with Paul Bunyan.
Okay.
Something larger than life. So make a big Paul Bunyan and the Blue Ox.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know what motion would be on there, but I think it would look good in a float and be very Minnesota. Pay homage to my state here.
Right.
And they got, just like the guys from New York and Chicago, they kind of did an homage to their state. So that was cool.
Yeah, do a little homage to your state. What's your state's favorite food, or if your state known for food or something like that.
Other landmarks, yeah. So
yeah.
Something I haven't built.
They got Spider-Man and Dr. Ock as the last minifigures.
Right? The last guy. Who's the best for last?
All right. Doc Ock. I got an idea for Spider-Man.
Cool, Moto. Yeah, we thought you did really good. Yeah, I don't know that we're going to repeat. You and Perez, it seemed like, you had the robots looked really good. And just like the judges said, you could have put maybe the kid robot in their hand, like lift them up or something to do more storytelling with the robots. Otherwise, they were really colorful and you dialed in a lot of motion.
I love the colors.
Or like movement, not emotion, movement, motion. So they looked good. They looked like something you would see on a float too, right? A couple of big, larger than life robots.
Like animated robot, like an animated robot. That's why the colors were important, right, on there. I definitely dig that.
And they could easily look too scary. So I think you did the right amount of making them look fun. They looked fun.
Oh man, it'll be forever working up Doc Ock over here, bro. This is
There's so many.
this is agony. This is about his build taking. You said that boy finished. That boy said he finished in 2 days.
All these little arm pieces. I'm glad I get all these pieces. As soon as I need this piece, I'm tearing this guy's arms right off.
You tearing him off. I think I'm gonna use my other Doc Ock, man. I think I'm gonna have to put him to the side.
I like this. I like this though, because you could twist and turn them quite a few directions.
You gonna do this 7 times? Oh man, you gonna do
7 times and then times 4.
No. I'm gonna lose count.
So you caught up. So we have the roof of the Bugle is done. We just finished bag 15. We're on to 16, the final bag. We have a Spider-Man and a Doc Ock we're putting together.
Let's smack somebody silly for putting Doc Ock like this.
Brickman Mosaic, what up?
5.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 4.
So you done lost count too. See that?
Yeah, 7's an odd number.
Yeah, 7 is pretty odd.
And then it's not straight. It's very wild.
Yeah, I guess it leaves up. Oh, wait a minute, friend. These things aren't. Wait a minute.
Did you put the stud on there too?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Oh, there we go. I suppose so, friend. Yeah. So it's I think the show is definitely. I think they stepped up their game like they want, and they definitely listened to. They listen. They listen to probably everybody's YouTube channel. Because they was in there lurking. Because I know when I put a certain video up, they were lurking. They told me to take it down. I said, "Oh, it's about a blip." So yeah, they were definitely lurking in people's YouTube. So your YouTube channel makes a difference. People they're giving you the product that you want to see. They definitely, like you said, the judges said in the beginning that these folks have definitely watched season 1 and up the ante, right? So,
Yep.
But I'm so jelly though, man. I'm so jelly. I'm gonna tell you why I'm jelly. I'm so jelly because I wanted to do that parade.
You would have liked those.
I want to do that parade. So wait a minute. Wait. What is the next challenge supposed to be?
The explosion.
Explosion. Well, we probably won't be able to explode nothing, so we can't do that one, Jesse.
Oh yeah, no. If you want to build along with them, we could do a parade float this week and see if we can come up with a hashtag and see how many people follow.
Float? That's what you want to do? How many days? How many days we got the parade float?
If that's what you're getting at, is build along with the Lego Masters idea. I had that idea a few months ago, but I feel like I'm too busy. I don't know that I want to.
Yeah, it's a little bit busy. And then we're doing honestly, if you're doing everybody else's challenges, then you can it's like, you put that to the side. No offense, Kate. But
what would you have built for a Lego? Yeah, that's the whole thing, Mikey Rowe. Basically, every week they have a challenge. Create a hashtag and then build your own parade float that's has motion and tells a story of you. So I would do a Paul Bunyan. I think that's what I'm thinking right away. So, and Mel would do some police officer thing or K9 unit or something. You do the whole biker cop thing and have the wheel spinning.
Yep, had the wheel spinning. Like they had the biker make the character and stuff like that. Make my own character on a bike. And had a wheel spinning. Yeah, had the wheel spinning. They had the float going.
I think easily if the other cast was listening, the two guys that made it was the New York and Chicago guys. They made themselves as chefs.
Yeah, chefs.
And they were on or they were on the float, and they really liked that for some reason.
I'm telling you that those two dudes are the sleeper team. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
If Zach and Wayne have a bad day, I can see them dudes creeping up on them. You know, and like I said, everybody's like 2 degrees, man. Everybody. There's no long shots here. Now, do I think that Zach and Wayne have separated themselves from the pack? Yeah, I think with this build, and it's early in the game, but I think they got a fast start. I think they got a real fast start.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what everybody builds. It's, like you said, they all seem to have their little niche, experience, and I hope they get a chance to show more of it off.
Mm-hmm.
So exploding something, I can see where more of that could shine out. You just have to build something that blows up cool. All right, you know, that could be full of flavor.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't. We can't do that one because I ain't into blowing up my personal stuff, man.
Yeah, no. So
so we might have to catch the next one unless we do.
My roommate does have some M80s or something, so we could like put like a big firecracker, but it would be better like if you had to do it, and I wouldn't want to do it, but you could do a drop test instead, and that would blow it up. All right.
And that's, to me, that's still dicey, man. I ain't into breaking no Lego, man. Like I'd rather use it than to break it up.
Yeah, so I'm kind of backing out. Like I didn't start anything. If anybody wants to do this outside of us, maybe I'll find somebody already doing this. I just need to find the hashtag and then have. I don't want to be the host. I want to be the builder, right?
I'll be the host. If I ain't got to build, I'll be the host. I'll host it, like, but I ain't, because I'm not building something I have to destroy. Like if I have to drop it or break it or something like that, I'll host it. But I mean, if I host it, don't expect me to build.
Yeah.
I'll catch the next week or whatever the next challenge is, because I ain't trying to break my stuff.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's up to you, because it seems like the way Kate's doing it and stuff is kind of how you got to have like a hashtag thing, and then some momentum behind it, and I don't know. It could catch on though, but yeah, people would be like, "I ain't blowing my thing up." Well, do a drop test. I'm not dropping nothing. And then what? You know, we'd have to hang some string and then build on a string. So you'd have to figure out an apparatus to like.
Well, that's easy to do. I mean, you can kind of get like one of those planter hooks to put up in the ceiling, and then get some fishing wire, and there's your string right there. You know, I mean,
that could be done.
That's doable. We could do that one. You know, that's probably the third challenge, right?
Could be. There's also the animal twist one that I'm guessing at that could be seen.
Mm-hmm.
Never used motorized parts for Lego builds. Is it hard to make? Yeah, it's not too tough to just do a simple one gear turning one thing, right?
Yeah.
So you could just make like the girls that did the paint can thing was probably a really simple motor. It was just
and that's just it. You put pieces on that, like that very simple motor. Then you put pieces. You use pieces that, like they said, they use the chains, right? The yellow chains, stuff like that. So as the top is spinning, you get another implied movement with the change, because then you get this free. So now you got two different things moving around at the same time off of one spin. So
yeah, they could be contenders.
Right. So I mean, yeah, I mean, let's just say this group here, they're definitely 2 degrees separated from. Somebody has to have a bad day to go home. Like, and it's a bad day to go home anyway. But it's gonna be tough for Jamie and Amy. It is. It's gonna be tough.
All right, starting this billboard sign.
Nice. I'm still working on Doc's arm here. I'm almost about to give up. He just be short one arm. He'd be all right.
Yeah, you can finish that later too.
Yeah, his man, I think I got several different Doc Ox variances right here because I did get a third party one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait a minute, friend. Crazy Doc Ock. That's him right there.
There it is. Yeah.
Man, I got all these minifigures, but I'm trying to figure out where to put everybody here. Yeah, once I get the building built, then I can decide where I'm gonna put everybody.
Yeah, I started putting the civilians inside and
Mm-hmm.
superheroes. I did a little different. I tried to do Spider-Gwen catching some of the, because I did the breakout scene. I did the breakout.
Oh, you did a breakout? Okay, okay. Yeah,
How was that free? You had to figure that out yourself. Was there enough parts to?
yeah. You actually end up with more parts when you decide to seal this up instead of do the breakout. You actually end up with more parts from all the pieces that you would use doing, to do the implied break, right?
Right. You don't need the mixel joints.
You don't need the mixer joints, the all that, amber glass and all that other stuff. You end up with a lot more pieces when you decide not to use that. And so it was easy though. I mean, it was easy because you can line it straight up, like, from what it is, because you start out like, I think the bottoms are straight like that anyway. Um, and so it wasn't much to it. You just everything is in a straight line. So I did it right on. Well, I was on Twitch when I did it, and I did it right there on the spot. It was easy.
Yeah.
Knock that right out. Because I knew I was going to do it anyway, so I was like, all right, well, ain't no sense in following instructions to for breaking when I'm gonna just mod it out, or not even mod it out, just make it straight.
No,
So
I think a
want to
lot
say
of
they
people probably try to do that.
Yeah, I think they did that on design. Like, you can just go ahead and make it a straight build, or you can follow instructions. And I mean, I think they did that in mine. So that's probably why you have those pieces. So
I haven't looked ahead to see if that's in there or not.
yeah, but it looks great. I like it. I like it a lot. Must be this side up here. Are we working on the sign over here? That's what we're working on, huh? A little bit of signage. And we still got the buggy to build. I feel like I built this buggy before. This buggy was in a set before.
Oh yeah, the buggy. I've been looking for one this size though, so I'm actually excited to include that in my mock.
I think it's
and I don't know if I need to tweak it, but it's the right size for a buggy. Put it on a platform in the spider cave. That's my plan.
Okay. All bags are open. That's how far we are. We're on bag 16. All bags are open. There's no bags left. It's going to be a sad day. We're all going to be looking like Lego Train Guy here in a second. Go watch somebody else build it again.
The biggest, tallest, most hyped set ever. Complete.
Right.
What we're going to do now. Well, I know what I'll probably jump right into is Kate's new build challenge is going to be Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Let's build Jurassic. So I want to jump in on that and get the Jurassic Park dinos out and try to think of, should I do a classic Jurassic Park scene or Jurassic World?
Classic Jurassic, huh?
Classic Jurassic. That's what I was thinking. It'd be cool to do the guy that runs to the porta potty.
Oh,
and then the T-Rex is coming down on him.
Yeah,
and have like
that's a great scene.
Have like the guy sitting on the porta potty, and the top is already being like chomped in half with a T-Rex.
That's a great scene.
That's what I'm thinking of doing, actually.
Wait. Now it don't show you how this daily is supposed to go on here.
Oh, Kate's in here too.
Kate.
I was hoping somebody does that. Yeah, I don't want to be the competing with somebody, but I think I might do that soon.
That's what you're gonna do?
I gotta look it up and see where the dyno is. Like, I don't know, or I'll do my own take on it because I don't know how many trees I can make. It's gonna be a lot of forest to build up.
I'm attacked by a bug here. Hey, I can't get this thing to go down. What's with this thing? How'd you connect your D?
The D just goes on there. What do you mean? You got to put the tile to connect the plates.
So you gotta put the tile, connect the plates.
Yeah.
Like.
Oh, let me see.
Yeah.
On there?
Oh, wait. Oh, I see. Wait a minute. Never mind. I messed up. My user error. Sorry, friend. I had a lapse in judgment there for a brief moment. I'm back.
A lot of. We're at the end of a 361 page book here. So.
You ain't lying. I'm back to reality now. I'm okay now.
All right. Did you figure out the step? You had some extra parts a while back.
Which one?
Remember when I think you were
building... Oh, you know what? Yeah, you know what? I didn't miss anything. It was just extra parts.
I'm pretty sure, like, because once I built it, I was like, oh, those are the parts he needs.
Yeah.
Like one of these windows right here
Uh-huh.
needs to be flush at the top. And in the back here, that's where a row of those plates would go.
Mm-hmm.
Right up top here.
Yeah.
So if it's not flush when you're done, that's where a row of plates goes.
Oh, okay. Which floor was that? That was the second floor?
Yeah. Not the one I'm holding, but the one below that.
One below that.
Or that's, I don't know. Or the one below that, because the one below that's the one you built, not the breakaway. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, this one.
That one doesn't look flush. I can see like a gap, it looks like.
Oh, yeah. Ain't that a blippy? That's a quick fix, though.
Yeah. It'll sit in there tighter and not fall out as easy.
All right. Yeah, I'll fix it. Yeah, I see what it is. I see what you mean. A good thing I put them all in the cup. I just put them all in the cup because I figured I'd end up coming back.
It took me a while. Like I had to catch up to you to that step, and I was like, "Oh, here's a 1x3, 1x4, 1x3, 1x4," and that's what you had left over.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. I'll go back and fix that because that ain't nothing but just putting that over top of that, and when I pull that out, yeah.
Yeah, it's just add a row of plates.
Just row of plates, yeah. Just when you thought you were done.
Yeah, you thought. Well, I didn't want you to, because I was there when you were like, "Hey, where are these pieces to?"
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I must have flipped over a page or two.
I do that. I miss a whole. That's pretty common. You do one half of the parts and you not see some other parts that need to be. Some plates that need to be laid down.
Mm-hmm. I'm digging this daily bugle sign. I'm digging it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So, what's your prediction? What's your prediction for Lego Masters Episode 2 winner?
Oh, wow. I am like a good theorist. So, I know it's the explosion thing. And I've already guessed what a couple of the other challenges are. Daily Bugle. That's That's a tough one because it's going to be like based off of how well it explodes in slow motion. Okay, so the winner this time was the Dragons.
Right, and they look like they were having a hard time.
They actually got quite a few highlights in the commercial. So if I base it off of what I've seen in the commercial, they show that frog a lot.
Whose frog was that?
I think that's the brother and sister.
The brother and sister, okay.
Not sure why, but we don't know. But I kind of want to. I'll go out there, and I haven't seen enough of the other builds. Like Moto's builds, the Mad Scientist layer, it looks okay. From like a weird angle of the freeze frame, it's really hard to see.
Okay.
And then there's like a princess and a bunch of dogs and animals behind there. Looks like the biker people, they made like a building.
Okay.
It's really tough to guess. But the guys that won, the Wayne and Zach, looks like they build like octopus orange monster looking thing, kind of similar to what Tyler and Amy did last year.
Octopus, huh?
Yeah, it's Octopus Gate.
Right. Robbie the Rocktopus, huh?
The Rocktopus.
Yeah.
Somebody's always has a dragon, and there's always like some sort of tentacle monster or something. How do you attach this sign? Let's go high or low. Doesn't show you the back.
Nope, it don't show you.
There's a close-up, but it's not really close. What the heck are they trying to tell you there?
Yeah, don't you hate that? Like.
Oh, the Y lines up with the Y and the I line up with the post. Okay, that helps. No, that doesn't fit though. Oh, that came off.
Yeah, it's a little tricky. Like the way they got these letter placements, it's really not clear. It's clear, but it's not as clear,
No, the close-up shot, they show the I and the Y, and it matches it. They don't really tell you. They could point that out. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough guess.
On who yeah, like I said, it's gonna be a gamble. It's gonna be a race to the finish, man. It's definitely I don't think one team is just gonna run away with multiple wins,
No. Yeah, that's why I say, like, I don't know, if I base it on what I saw in the commercial, I don't think I've seen enough yet. Maybe when there's a promo during the week for the episode.
We should do a pool, like, for like each week. Do a pool,
Who's going down?
Yeah, who's going down? Who's first? Who's in the top two? Who's in the top? Who's in the bottom two? Who's going home? You do a pool. Who's in the middle of the pack? You do a point system, right?
Lego Master Deadpool.
Next thing you know, you'd be on that sports betting thing, right?
Yeah. That'd be interesting. That'd be total shot in the dark. Base it off other than, I don't know. I guess you could, yeah.
Just when you thought you were done, you got a buggy to build.
Yeah, I've been waiting to build this buggy. One last sticker. Where is that sticker sheet? I'm gonna have to find that later. Thought it was right there. Save the sticker for later. I don't know where that little sheet went.
Yeah, I'm kind of envious. I am, because you always want to do the new stuff, right? Like, I think, like I said, doing that float would have probably been awesome to do, and I'm glad that they are doing challenges a little bit away from the Australian show.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna mix it up a little bit this year. Or something with a fan. They had that fan blown at them.
Yeah.
Big industrial fan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that was just a gimmick.
Blow away your Lego. Okay. All right. So we can put this up here.
Then we got the earthquake. The earthquake table thing. That would be hard to do at home.
Yeah, that definitely be hard to do. Yeah, it would be. Unless you sat there and shake your table.
Shake your table.
To no end. You could probably do that. You could probably do that and get away with it. Daily Bugle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be tough. I don't know, man. I don't know, friend. I mean, it's up to you. You just pick one. I mean, I guess when we see what the next one's going to be, or not the next one, because I ain't, like I said, I ain't blowing up no Lego. You want me to first one?
Well, this would be the catch episode 1. It's doable. So I don't know. The trouble is you really need to do it week to week to week to week. You don't have like 2 weeks. But the teams on the show don't have much time either, so that's part of the challenge, right?
Yeah, it's part of the challenge, right? So like you do, I guess like this one here was like what, 14 hours?
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah, wouldn't mind doing a float. How big was that float? How many studs by what?
Yeah, hey, Moto's back. Hey, Moto, was how many studs was the base plate of that parade float? It looked like a weird rectangle. It wasn't a square. It was probably like 10 inches by 15 inches, I'm guessing.
10 by 15.
Because it wasn't square. But it was at least a base plate in front, I think.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're down with the stickers. Almost done. Yeah, I mean, that would be a cool little challenge, at-home challenge. Like,
yeah, if you want to start a hashtag, and I mean, I'll support it too, and try to build something, I guess.
Get some players, maybe. Like, do a hashtag and at home.
Build along with each challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever, even when it comes to blowing stuff up, whoever goes the farthest with imitating what they do on the show.
Yeah, it ain't gonna be me. I ain't blowing up the Lego. I ain't doing none of that.
I don't have an earthquake table at home either.
Right.
That'll be those two would be kind of out the door, but you could build. I don't know. That's more stickers. I gotta find that sticker sheet.
Oh yeah, stickers. All right, Isaiah, you have a good night. Thanks for stopping in, friend.
We are almost done.
We are.
Building the buggy is the last step, and I gotta just put the wheels on. It looks like.
Okay, cool. I'm on the buggy now. I'm on the buggy.
Well, I'm putting the safety bar on here.
Putting the buggy to destroy it.
I'm gonna keep this, or I think I'm gonna keep it just as is. Put it on my mop.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a display hanging.
It's the right size. I was looking exactly for something exactly like that.
Mm-hmm. Right. All right. I think I'm working this thing up. I think. I'll get jumper plate right there. That's not bad. That's a lot of pieces for this little buggy, friend.
Brick Hunter says could do a versus where we build the tallest tower in 90 minutes. We could base. Well, we do monthly shows though, and Lego Master is going to be weekly. Well, we could do. How about this, Mel? So on our next versus show, the theme could be Lego Master Challenge.
Okay.
But it could be one of like four or 5 weeks worth. So you could just pick the tallest building, or you could pick the parade float, or I don't know. Maybe we should do the parade float maybe we just do the parade float during versus.
So you're trying to extend versus for like a weekly thing?
No. Do it do our monthly, but we'll just pick the theme of the monthly versus will be Lego Master related.
Okay. So you're trying to do one in 90 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. You said it, not me.
90-minute parade float. 90-minute tallest tower in 90 minutes. That would be kind of fun. Just build keep building. Stacking windows. Stack.
That's the best way to do it. Keep stacking windows. Keep stacking. Yeah, it's possible though. I mean, that ain't a bad idea.
Yeah, I saw that look.
Ain't a bad idea. I think I got some bulk pieces I can mess around. With some bulk pieces. Oh, what?
How does this back wheel go on here? Oh, I gotta make a whole axle. Where's the axle? Okay, here it is. So close.
Yeah. This buggy, I'm gonna tell you, this buggy is very involved here. They got a lot of pieces going on in here.
I thought
this buggy got more pieces than the Speed Champion here. I said Mel doesn't like it. Hey, all right. I mean, that's what you want to do in 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Is it
I'm definitely not building a Daily Bugle in 90 minutes. That was like
nah. And you know what? I'm glad I slow rolled this, man, because like I just want to enjoy the film. That's why I wasn't in a rush. I wouldn't rush this thing at all.
I'm gonna bring the Bugle closer here. Oh my gosh, this thing is hard to carry. Like,
yeah.
If you don't take it apart.
Because
those front windows could fall right out.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, they could.
The modular parts, like they could fall right off. My mock has the same problems actually. It's kind of a challenge to transport it.
I think I'm done the buggy. Let's throw these wheels on this buggy. And that's a wrap for the buggy. Oh yeah, I'm done. Now how did they put this buggy on here? Let's see how they got this buggy. Oh, they got it right here, like that.
There. Oh, that's one of those builds that just takes up more than the whole screen.
Okay. All right, let's see if I can change my camera just for giggles.
Doesn't look good with my background like that, but Wow. Is it taller? Wow. Oh, you got the car on there too? Okay.
Yeah, I put the car on there. I gotta put all my minifigures inside or somewhere around there, somewhere like that.
We did it.
It's a done deal. It's finished.
Biggest, tallest, coolest set to date. I'd have to say. I mean, I like Ninjago City Gardens. Maybe a little more than this, but
yeah. Ninjago City Gardens definitely, most definitely.
This one will fit into your city, like your normal cities, where Ninjago City Gardens looks more futuristic or something crazy, you know?
Yeah. No doubt, friend. No doubt. Let's see what you got there, friend.
I got the breakaway scene in mind, so all that mayhem is going on, and I got Spider-Gwen trying to catch the mayhem with her web shooter right there. That was kind of my addition. But I like these billboard signs, actually, even though it's one big sticker. I'll get some use out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that rail piece that goes all the way up the corners and ribs in between the windows. It's a good technique. It's a simple technique, but it works. Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Very cool.
2 thumbs up.
Indeed. I like it. It'll go into the city. I just probably got to put it on the mills. Probably put it on the mills. Raise it up, but yeah. And then I gotta fix this. I gotta fix this one part here. I'm gonna do it right now while I'm talking.
If I leave it, I don't know what I'm gonna do. If I did anything, I might make it wider.
Mm-hmm.
Put it on a mills and make it wider.
Yeah.
Fill up the base plate more.
Mm-hmm.
Otto says, thanks for the observations. You are fully welcome, sir, and good luck.
Yeah, we know how it is. Like, being on that clock right there and where all the marbles count is totally different. It is. We get it. So like you go on with a plan and thinking that your plan A gonna work, and then you always run into some snags with stuff. So, but you survived to get to the next round. You survived.
You had a good looking parade float there that I'm pretty sure.
Great. The colors were awesome, man.
And if I was to guess what team, did what, you see the robots and you say that's the scientists. So I think it spoke to your team's story, and that was well enough. But some of the guys had stories that were just way over the top storytelling. So like something I need to get better with is doing some storytelling with the minifigs in static displays and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
People in my Lego Train Club actually have some experience with that, and their advice is to only put minifigs down that are telling a story. Like they should be doing something. What are they doing? Why are you don't just like take a guy and I'll put them in front of this door. There's like a reason. There's a reason for them coming in or out the door. There's a reason for them standing at the bus stop.
Here's what I want to do to challenge myself to be a better builder is that I want to start building like characters, like brick built characters, so I don't have to use minifigures, or so I can kind of you can build to a bigger scale and still be effective, and you build characters like just like that the dude
Richard.
From, Dave and Richard, just like Dave.
So that's they do that at Legoland. It's called Mini Land Scale, where you build a minifigure that's 6 inches tall or something like that. Everything else in your city, if you build a whole scene or city around it, has to be equally big. Like it's a little challenging.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Because you can't just use a door or a window frame. Now you have to brick build every door frame and window frame.
Fixed it. All right, friend. I think that's a stream. What do you say? It's almost 11 o'clock.
Yeah. Thanks for. I'm glad we got to finish together, and it was good to chat about Lego Masters. So let's do it again sometime. But
indeed, man. Indeed, we'll do it next week, same time, same bat channel. All right. We talk about some Masters afterwards, after Lego Masters. Right?
Or we're gonna think of when Versus is coming out.
Yeah, we'll catch up with Troy and see what works, and then we'll plan something for Versus. Maybe you want to have season 2 Lego Masters on.
Have a guest, yeah.
You want to have a guest. You want to have a couple, maybe maybe a couple of guys.
I think it's good to have a guest on there, yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, indeed. All right, friends, we will catch you next time. Stay tuned for Lego Versus, and definitely catch the new season of Lego Masters that airs on Tuesdays. And I'm so happy they're doing this time. That way they ain't back to back with the Masked Singer, like, because they pushed out stuff all the way to 10 o'clock. So kudos to that. So
prime time.
Yep, we'll catch you next time. Stay webby.